Hello everyone, Loremaster of Sotek here, and so this little thing just popped up on Reddit, which is kind of interesting. So as you can see here, it turns out in the game files for Total War Warhammer 3, there is apparently a map of the combined map, or there is a prototype, should we say, of the combined map. And I'll pull it up on screen here, but we even have confirmation from CA themselves, Pete CA, on their Discord, that this is real. This is not like a fake. This is not something that was created by a fan. This is legit. This is 100% from in the game files, and we should talk about it. So they did note, as you saw in probably that message I just put up, that this is a prototype. They say it's a very old prototype, supposedly, of the campaign map, and that the Immortal Empires, which I don't know if that's, even CA's referring to it as Immortal Empires, so I don't know if that's the official name, or if basically they're just using the same, kind of shorthand name that the community uses for it, even though I think calling it Immortal Empires would be very appropriate. But this is kind of nuts. So if this is the very old prototype, I can honestly only imagine that their ambitions have grown, because this map is huge. Not only do we have, we basically have the entirety of Lustria, pretty much the entirety of Nagaroth, just kind of the Western Isles have been cut a little bit. We've got, Ulthuan, Albion, the entirety of the Northern Chaos Wastes. We've got the Darklands. We've got End. We've got Koresh. And we've got the Southern Chaos Wastes. The Southern Chaos Wastes. We have the entirety of the Southlands. We've got the Dragon Isles. We've got the islands to the south of End, where there's a bunch of high elf shenanigans going on. We've got more of the Southern Chaos Wastes over here. This map is huge. We have the entirety of Cathay with some pretty wacky, crazy river stuff going on. We've even got Warhammer Korea over here, which in the old lore is part of Cathay. I don't know if that's going to still be the case. But literally the only thing not on this map that I can see is Nippon is missing, and the Lost Isles of Elethis are missing. Which the Lost Isles of Elethis are kind of like, they're sort of, it's meant more to be Warhammer Australia. I don't know if it's just Australia or if it maybe is like a mix of Australia and Indonesia, but it's like a collection of islands. I think it's more heavily based on Australia, but because Nippon would be right around here-ish, and then the Lost Isles would be right around here-ish. But this is nuts. This is a gigantic map, and is everything I hoped for. And I cannot see them having looked at this and gone, oh yeah, no, this is, let's start here and then shrink it. I think this is an excellent starting point. And then of course you go bigger. You go way bigger. Let's see, man. Let me pull up a important comparison map here. But looking at kind of a comparison map, Lustria actually looks right on size-wise. Nagaroth looks pretty accurate too. Like literally they cut down a lot of the islands around Nagaroth, but you could still see there's like a good number of islands along that edge. They've got a good amount of the Southern Chaos Waste, obviously not all of it, because you kind of have like this little part of it sticking out, but like it looks like they've actually drawn provinces on it. So it looks like this is intended to be playable, the Southern Chaos Waste, like as soon as the game or Immortal Empires drops. At least that was their initial plan. I'm guessing these are province lines, borders that they've drawn everywhere. The only thing in the map that actually seems shrunk down is the Southlands. Like you could see that in comparison to the old world is much larger than it is in comparison to the rest of the world. But and it's really, even the Southlands is actually relatively correct. It's just that the Araby portion of the Southlands is a little smaller than it should be. But other than that, I mean, yeah, so you can see the line ends right here. So Nippon, the Lost Isles of Elethis, those are literally the only thing not on the map. But we have the Tower of the Stars, the Tower of the Sun, you know, these islands over here. You can see Tor Elisor on the map down here. The Fortress of Dawn has moved over to this side, but it's on the map. I mean, this is crazy huge. This is a gigantic map. I mean, I would be thrilled with this to come out as like the starting map for Total War Warhammer 3. But you could say, I mean, it's got Indon Koresh on it. I mean, to me, this feels like, yeah, that it's happening. It's 100% happening. It is planned to happen. Now, I don't think we're going to see them for a while. As you can see, there's no like provincial lines drawn on it. So I imagine it's going to be treated like Athel Loren was in game 1, where it was just sort of this place that you could see, but you can't go into it. But it's there. It's on the map. Very, very easy to slowly open that up over time. This looks incredible. There's even a list, and I'll post all the links down in the description and everywhere that you can find them. There's to the Reddit thread. There's even a list that's like 5 pages long of all of the settlements that were apparently plotted on this map. Something I did find interesting about the settlements is that there were definitely some places that seemed shrunk down. Like there are some places that are not as big as they currently are on our modern maps for like Total War Warhammer 2. For instance, the area that has the Fortress of Vorag, that province is only noted for having, I think, like 2 settlements, whereas I believe in Total War Warhammer 2's Mortal Empires, I think it's got 4. But they've said that this is a very old map, which I'm inclined to believe. I honestly think that there's a good chance their goals have gotten more ambitious since creating this. But I think this is an excellent starting point. I mean, if they can do this, maybe make Araby a little bigger, so maybe we can have some, maybe we can get some Arabian factions, doing something there. Maybe make sure that Ulthuan is a little bit more interesting. Give us Western Nagaroth, because right now you can see the way the provinces are drawn. This part of Nagaroth doesn't seem to really be playable on this map. Either that or this is like just one titanic province. It's not exactly clear how this map's divvied out. The lines definitely seem very vague. But I think this would be a marvelous starting point for the Immortal Empires map. Because let's be real, like the Total War Warhammer 3 is great. I'm having a good time with it. I know that the game's out, so therefore my review is kind of pointless. But I'm still working on my review, and it'll be done when it's done. Because it's gonna just kind of be me talking a lot over a bunch of footage. But I do have a lot of thoughts about the game. Not all of them are positive. But I do think the game is in a very solid launching point. Though apparently there are some like graphical and driver issues. But hopefully those will get resolved pretty soon. Because I mean, my PC's been running it just fine. And I know lots of people have been running it just fine. But I've also spoken with some people who are having some issues. Which, by the way, just to throw this in, if you are having issues with Total War Warhammer 3, make sure you verify your game files. Which the way you do that is you literally open up Steam, right-click on Total War Warhammer 3, go to Properties, go to, I think it's like Files or Folders, and there will be a Verify Game Integrity button, or Game Files Integrity button. Click on that. It might take a little bit, but if you're having, I've spoken to a lot of people who have been having problems with the game, and they do that, and then it just fixes it, and the game runs great. So try that, see if that helps. That's been working for the vast majority of people I've talked to, and if you're still having issues, hopefully they'll get out a patch in the near future to fix that. You know, it's like weird. It's very specific to certain kinds of build issues, not a problem with the game itself. So hopefully they'll be able to get all involved. But this is incredible. I think this is an amazing starting place for the map. I think that this has super great potential. Like literally, like I said, I would love to maybe see the Southlands, or at least Araby, maybe stretched out a little further this way. You know, towards where the vortex would, or the maelstrom would be. You know, maybe take this particular peninsula or whatever it is and just fatten it up a little bit. And this would be fantastic. I mean, everything looks actually pretty appropriately. Literally, the only thing on the map that's like not the right size is just that one piece of Araby, and then the old world is bigger than it's larger than it should be in regards to the rest of the world. But I think that's a good thing, just because of like how many gosh damn races are packed into that fairly tiny amount of space. So I think it's a solid decision and a necessary thing to make it bigger. The only other thing I don't see on the map is the Realm of Chaos, which I will say, like, obviously I don't know where that would be on the map, because it seems like they never really intended for us to just walk into it. But I really, really hope they find a way to get the Realms of Chaos into the Immortal Empires map. I think it would be a horrible, horrible shame to have put so much hard work and effort into making them to look so beautiful, to have like these crazy designs with these really unique feels, and the Storm of Magic battles where you get to use the super spells and you really get to like let your wizards just go completely apeshit. I think it would be criminal not to include that in Immortal Empires. I mean, obviously the Realms of Chaos would need to change a little bit, because you wouldn't have the whole like, oh, you're going there to hunt a demon prince, but I'm sure they could think of something. You know, I would love to just go there. You know, maybe it's that demonic invasions can be launched against, or like demonic invasions can happen, and you know, you need to go through the portal and attack the demons to like break them for a bit so they stop sending legions at you or something. But I really like the warp rifts, and I would love to see them somehow stay in the Immortal Empires. But I really, really hope they find a way to let us go to the Realm of Chaos still, because I would love to fight through the Realms of Chaos with dwarfs or lizardmen, and all that stuff. And you know, it would be so lovely. But I would love to hear what y'all think about this down in the description, or sorry, down in the comment section. I know personally I'm on team ending Koresh confirmed. I'm 100% on that team. I think this is as solid proof as you could possibly ask for at this point in development. Obviously, CA is not going to talk about it. They're not. It's just not what they do. And you know, plans could change, but I highly suspect that Total War Warhammer 3 is going to be a raging success once we get past kind of the launch day heebie-jeebies. And I think because of that success, hopefully they will push very aggressively on adding tons and tons of new content to the game, including fully new playable races, such as the Naga of Koresh and the people of End and their 1,000 gods. So this is all super duper exciting. I would love to hear what y'all think about it. What are y'all thoughts on the map? Is there any part of it that you're particularly excited for? Is there anything you're a little worried about? Obviously with like Nippon and the Lost Isles of Elithis not currently being on it, and the Realms of Chaos, you know, they've said this is an old prototype map, but I am very much hoping that they will get the entire planet, because they're so close, right? They are so close to the entire planet. Literally all they're missing is 2 sets of islands and the Realm of Chaos that they've already developed. And you know, maybe give Nagaroth a little bit more western space. But this is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I am so excited for when they're ready to tell us some more information. But with this being early prototype, I am curious if they've been working on this more than I thought. Because to be honest, I genuinely thought they hadn't even started working on this thing until, like, I didn't even think they were going to touch Immortal Empires until they got the game out, just due to the game's just the sheer amount of content in it. But maybe they've been working on this the entire time, so maybe we won't have to wait as long for this as I thought. I mean, I've basically been bracing myself for like 6 months, especially for the entire planet. Like, I mean, even looking at it, it's like, oh my god, like I don't even know how you would do this. Like this is a terrifying amount of content. I want it all, but like, Jesus Christ. But let me know what y'all think. I think this really could be our greatest hopes and dreams brought to life. Truly our greatest hopes. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Hope you're all having a great time checking out Total War Warhammer 3, or have been enjoying the streams and stuff. I'm going to be uploading a lot of the streams I've been doing onto the channel here today, just because I finally have some free time. So I hope you're looking forward to those if you missed them, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.